So why are lawyers taking such a keen interest in the deficit debates? Many of the donors come from firms that specialize in tax policy. Well, it's not just the Supercommittee that's facing a deadline. At the end of the year, the entire Congress has to decide whether to extend two measures, the payroll tax holiday and emergency unemployment benefits. Now, JPMorgan did the math and figures that if the two are not renewed, it could cut as much as 2 percentage points from U.S. growth next year. Joining us now is JPMorgan's chief U.S. economist, Michael Feroli. He's a Bloomberg best when it comes to overall forecasting of the economy. And Michael, you say these two stimulus measures and their expiration is more important in some ways than the Supercommittee. What's at risk?
Well, right now we're looking at, as you mentioned, the potential expiration of the payroll tax holiday as well as emergency unemployment compensation. Those together have been supporting household incomes by about $150 billion at an annual rate. So if those two lapse in early January, I think you could see a pretty significant headwind to consumer spending growth in the early part of the year.
And you expect them to lapse?
Well, I mean, it could go either way right now. Obviously, they're scheduled to lapse, but we could see another deal like we did last year to extend some of the support. So, you know, right now I think it's pretty close to 50-50. We still don't know, but there certainly is a risk that they do lapse.
Michael, you know, we're talking more and more about the Supercommittee and this impending deadline. But what is the worst case scenario here? Is it a debt downgrade? Is it a credit warning from a rating agency? Or is there something else we're not considering?
So the rating agency said that as long as the mechanism is left in place, which leaves the $1.2 trillion in automatic cuts if there is no agreement, that they wouldn't downgrade the U.S. again. However, if that automatic sequestration or automatic budget cuts are some way tampered with by Congress, then we could be at risk for another downgrade.
The president said this weekend he's not going to stand for that sort of meddling.
Right. So, you know, our best expectation right now is that we probably get some kind of partial deal that gets maybe not the entire $1.2 trillion, but a significant portion of that, in which case that would leave a lot less for the automatic cuts that go into place in early 2013.
So how is this going to affect your growth projections?
So I actually think the deliberations of the Supercommittee may not matter all that much for the near-term growth outlook. Many of the measures that sound like they're being considered probably reduce the deficit much further out in the 10-year window. So for 2012, 2013, probably has potentially will not have very large implications.
All right. Michael Feroli, thank you very much for joining us from JPMorgan.